I was faced with the dilemma of, okay, I'm moving on, but who's going to be here to make sure we go in the right direction? And it doesn't have to be the same direction, but the right direction for quality of care. And my first turn was to a corporate entity in the United States and to have them buy us. And we got all the way to their board of directors when I said, this has to be a Bahamian hospital. This cannot be owned by foreigners. And so I'm thinking about the people I know, and I'm thinking, well, there's one person who always talks about the quality of care. I still remember your first letter to the board of directors when you came home, and you weren't necessarily happy with everything our board was doing. And you made some
36 points.
You made some good suggestions, a little blunt, which annoyed a few of the directors.
Yeah, but they didn't talk to me for years.
When we talked about it as a board, I said, look, here's an individual who wants to make this hospital better. He needs to sit here on the board. And I always remember that as a special moment, that you took the trouble, the time, maybe even a risk, to write to a board of directors and tell them about themselves, but with good ideas, with things that we hadn't done and should consider. That always stuck with me. So when it was, what do we do next with this hospital? You were just the natural person to move forward. And you may remember that moment in time at a board meeting that I moved over and I asked you if you had an interest in doing this. And you said, let me think about it, as you always do, because you always think carefully about things. And then we came to terms with doing it. So I don't think there was another person on this island that I would have turned to ask to do what I asked you to do. So I think it all turned out perfectly well. You have done all the things that need to be done to keep this as the best hospital in the Caribbean. I thank you.
Thank you.